Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen. I think I mentioned in a recent episode, the one where we made, it was a pork soup and a loaf of bread. Julie and I, every January, make our own sausage. Now we'll make a year's worth of sausage, vacuum pack it, stick it in the freezer. Our own sausage. It's a pork sausage. It's a recipe that we got from one of Julie's uncles. It's his family's recipe from Italy. Pretty basic sausage: pork, salt, pepper, fennel, and hot pepper flakes, a little bit of white wine to lubricate the whole thing. Easy, 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 easy sausage to make. And there's a video, if you go back on the channel, probably, I don't know, 12, 15 years, of Julie and I making this basic recipe. And we still make it pretty much the same way every year. We have a logbook where we keep all of the notes from every year when we make sausage and jams and pickles and stuff like that. And so we go back every year and we look and see what we did last year, the year before, and then we just sort of tweak it as we go along. So it has shifted over time, but it's essentially the same. And today we're going to make a dish where I'm going to make sausage with a whole bunch of other stuff. So in this pan, I'm heating up some oil, and I should have used the pork fat that I saved from making the sausage, but you know, don't always think of these things. So we're going to put the sausage in, and I'm just going to brown it on all sides. And I'm not trying to cook it all the way through at this point. I'm just trying to brown it a little bit, get a little bit of flavor in the bottom of the pan, get a little bit of browning on the sausage. We're going to cook it later with some tomatoes, and that will finish the cooking. So just a little bit to begin with. Okay, not quite done enough, but I'm impatient, so I'm going to take it out with just that amount of browning. We're good to go. Now I'm going to throw in some zucchini, and you could add a little bit more oil if it needs it. I don't think it does. I think I've got enough in there. So at this point, I want to brown the zucchini a little bit. Depending on how you feel about zucchini, you don't have to put it in. All of these vegetables really are something that you could switch out. I think the only thing that you really need for this dish is the sausage and the tomatoes, onions, and maybe the peppers, or you know, the sweet peppers. But everything else is optional, and there's a whole bunch of things that you could put in here. I mean, if I had found rapini at the grocery store today that looked decent and wasn't, you know, an arm and a leg, I'd be throwing some of that in. So it really is a dish just to either maybe use up what you've got in your fridge or what was on sale at the market that day that looked pretty good. That's kind of how I cook. You should all know that by now. So at this point, I'm going to throw in some onion. I've got 2 onions that I've just sliced thin. And I'm going to let those go just until the onion starts to get a little translucent. A little salt and pepper. Okay, now I've got some sliced up mushrooms and some smashed garlic. Looking good. So now I'm going to throw in that much wine. What is that? Cup and a quarter. If you don't like cooking with wine, don't want to cook with wine, don't have wine, whatever. If you don't want to use the wine, that's fine. When we put the tomatoes in, splash in a little bit of your favorite vinegar, and that's going to bring you most of the way there. Next in is this, pepperoncini piccante. If you don't have this, so this is hot peppers chopped up and packed in oil. If you don't have this, a couple of pinches of red pepper flakes or hot pepper flakes is going to get you to the, you know, kind of the same spot. If you don't like it hot, don't put it in. Don't worry about it. You have to eat this for your dinner, so don't worry about that sort of thing if you don't like the heat. This will also change, how much of that you put in will also change with what's in your sausage, how hot your sausages are, and you know, in your own personal desire for spiciness. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. There's no right or wrong there. These are mild banana peppers that are pickled. And so those are going to bring their own flavor. They're not really going to bring any heat. No heat. But they're going to bring a lot of flavor, but they're also going to bring the vinegar and the brine that they were pickled in. So, just losing stuff everywhere. Those go in. I'm going to stir that together. We're at the point now where I'm going to put the sausage back in and try to nestle it down into what's happening here. And I've got half a green pepper and some orange and yellow pepper. I'm going to put those in. And then a can of tomatoes. Okay, so I'm going to turn the heat down. I'm going to put a lid on, and I'm going to let this simmer kind of on low for about 20 minutes. Julie should be home from dinner. Julie should be home for dinner by then. You could cook some, I don't know, polenta on the side to go with this. You could make gnocchi to go on the side with this. A Roman gnocchi would be amazing with this. And I wish I had planned for that. A Roman gnocchi would be amazing with this. And if you don't know what a Roman one is, look it up. I think I've made it on the channel. No, I know I've made it on the channel. Take a look at that. Anyway, lid on. See you in 20 minutes. Okay, this is looking pretty good. It's a little thin. Maybe there was too much juice in those tomatoes. So I've got some spinach, and I'm just going to put that on top. I'm just going to put it in at the very end because it really only needs to wilt. So I'll put the lid back on maybe another 4 or 5 minutes. It could cook a little longer to thicken up, but I'm impatient. And I heard Julie coming through the door, so.
Hello, hello, hey friends.
Hey Jules.
Hey Glen, is it ready now?
Well, it's, yeah.
Ready enough?
Ready enough.
You know what, ready enough is just perfectly fine, you know?
It could have
Looks great.
It could have thickened up a little bit more, but if I was serving this over polenta or something like that, that sauce over top would be great.
Of course, all I see is a big plate of vegetables.
Well, yeah.
It's great. I love it. I want to see how many vegetables I can get on one fork full. That spinach is always unwieldy, though. How hot is it?
It's pretty hot because it's still bubbling.
I'm a little concerned.
Let me turn that off. So there's lots of flavors going on in there. I mean, I know what our sausage tastes like. Yeah.
That's really good. It reminds me of something your mom used to make.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it?
Tomatoes, onions, zucchinis.
Yep.
It's got a little more kick than what she made, but
That was a layered zucchini thing, wasn't it? With tomatoes and what was that? That was really good. I haven't thought of that.
we made it all the time.
I know I haven't thought of that in a long time.
There you go.
So
This is good. I like it.
Polenta, Roman gnocchi, potato gnocchi,
Potatoes, rice.
mashed potatoes, rice, couscous,
Whatever.
orzo.
What have you got in your cupboard?
Yeah,
That
all
works.
of those things
That will work.
as a side dish. Throw this over top.
Pasta. Just whatever.
I like the heat. I like all of the flavors that are coming through on that. And it's something that, you know, it's another one of those clean out the fridge things.
And it's got lots of vegetables.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.